Editor Chris here. I'm not going to lie to you. This episode got away from us. It was supposed to be about the Arlington, and very little of it is about that. In fact, most of it is probably not scary podcast related. We're sorry about that. We just kind of went off the rails. But anyway, we're going to release it anyway. We hope you enjoy it, even if it's not supernatural. I promise we will try our best to go more supernatural in the future. Thank you.
Welcome y'all to Backwoods Obscura, a podcast dedicated to the lore, legends, and myths surrounding the creatures that may lurk in your backyard. My name's Hewitt.
I'm Chris.
Hey man, how you doing?
I've been doing okay. It's been a while since we recorded. I say that as we recorded one before we did this one.
Yeah, I wasn't talking to you, I was talking to the other man.
What's up?
Hey!
Hey, I am new here, kind of, because I was here last time. But still, I am the new here.
You're the guest.
Yeah, as our very special guest, Knox.
Yeah.
Again.
Our second guest, but also still a very special guest.
I mean, technically I'm first, considering the fact that it's you two, and then me, and then everybody else in our group.
Okay, if we're talking about like the friend organization, that is true.
Yeah,
But
That's true.
Jed has been published before you.
I mean, I'm in a book you can buy on Amazon right now. I'm just saying. How many times has he worked Hacksaw Jim Duggan 3 times in a weekend?
True.
None. So
yeah, you
I
did
win.
you did get published, didn't you?
Yeah.
You still have all the audio files I did of reading your story, didn't you?
I do.
It's fun.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I still got him reading Hewitt's attempt at Willie.
I'm just picturing Latimer.
No,
for some
I
reason.
expressly did not do Latimer.
He did. You can hear, as people who know him, you can hear him forcefully pull himself away from the Latimer voice.
It's a good story, man. It's a really good story. It involves cement.
Yeah, cement and how an immortal deals with another potential immortal,
And how you make a Rougarou.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Kind of. It's not traditional. It's a little bit different, but it involves the dealing with another immortal involves him mixing up a batch of concrete, and while waiting for it to dry around this guy's fucking feet, he just keeps shooting him in the lungs with a 22. It takes about 30 minutes for him to regenerate and actually start to be able to breathe again, and around about the time he shoots him in the lungs again, until the cement is hard enough around his ankles, and he just throws him in the fucking bayou and leaves him and just fucking.
See, I wasn't going to spoil it, but
I mean, that's not exactly
no, it's not 100% the story. But I mean, it's on that same note, you'll enjoy that the Rougarou's emissary owes his boss a shotgun at this point because of something did in the Dresden game.
cool.
She took a worse outcome, and that was she accidentally bumped the emissary back into a tunnel, and Tommy Knockers in a cart nailed. Okay, y'all know that Chicago has tunnels, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's 7 layers to Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
Like 7 layers of that. Yeah.
Chicago is a 7-layer bean
Like
dip.
a burrito, yeah.
One of which used to be the mail tunnels. And those still exist all over Chicago. And when they collapse, they cause a fucking problem because it's a 15-foot tunnel. But they still use portions of them to deliver and run stuff and do maintenance. Like, in fact, a lot of Chicago's underground internet cabling now goes through some of these tunnels.
That makes sense.
That's
So
pretty cool.
what happened is she bumped the emissary of the Rougarou back. He got hit by it. And when they came and found him, it's like, are you dead? No. How are you not dead? Tough. Your boss gives you no powers. No. But I just got hit by a cart full of Smurfs. How bad is it? And they're like, ooh. Because at first, I was like, all right, roll me sharp. His right arm was bent the wrong way with fingers bent. They're like, oh, that's bad. He goes, oh, I can see that. And then he shifted, and his right leg was also extremely damaged. The shotgun that he borrowed from the Rougarou was wrapped around his thigh cartoonishly. Because that is what decided. Or do I have to bleep the last name there, Chris? I'm sorry.
Who? Who was that?
In fact, I dead named her. Oh, I'm sorry. They changed their last name legally.
Nice.
Well, her and her husband changed their last name legally.
Oh, that's what I'm doing.
So, yeah, they had to come back and do that, and it was a whole fucking ordeal.
I can imagine.
Because they live in Alabama, but no, she described how the shotgun should be, and I was like, go for it. Yeah, we're good with this. So the emissary, when they fixed him using magic, but they couldn't fix the shotgun, and he's like, I'll just go by my boss in that one.
That'll be an interesting conversation.
Oh, no. The real fun is the game after this one, because they're almost done with this one. The next one is going to be my big, fat, supernatural wedding, which is when the Rougarou, the emissary's wife and child are all invited to Montana for Sybil's wedding. And the only thing that the Rougarou's
She still hasn't gotten out of it yet.
No, she's actually... Okay. I used a picture of Tom Hiddleston with blonde hair and glasses.
Okay, so now she wants to.
Yeah. Also, they've decided that his
Oh no, he's hot.
Also, I use this voice for him a lot, and he's like not 100% sure, but also he works for the British Museum, and he's been sending stuff back. He's just miscatalogued it, and then all of a sudden, a Greek statue, 15 foot, managed to find its way back to Athens. No clue how it happened. So he is de-robbing the world on behalf of the British Library or the British Museum.
I'll allow it.
Also, they had a thermos full of boggarts from Mississippi that was on a back shelf there, which makes me laugh because when they open it, we are the Beaumont County Boggarts. What are you gonna do since you freed us? I demand one favor from you but it is null and void in 100. It was 100 day or 100 days and one. That's what it was the language. And then Genie used it to have them like rip all the spark plugs and copper out of somebody's car.
Anyway, talking about what I've done since we've recorded.
Oh yeah, that's true. Chris is here too.
Yeah, so it's been a minute since aside from the podcast we just recorded, it has been a minute.
It's been 4 weeks. It's been 4 weeks.
It's been a minute. Technically 20 of them.
Yeah, technically, yeah. We had to release an episode that I didn't realize how bad it was until I listened to it. And
we
I was
recorded that literally a year and a month before you released it. That was recorded before we went to Claire's camp out last year.
Huh, yeah.
We mentioned that in the podcast.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, we had 4th of July.
That was fun.
Yeah, that was
I spent 90% of it cooking.
I spent a lot of it cooking and burning myself. I'm actually just healing from a grease burn.
And then you got attacked by children in a pool.
Yeah, I always get attacked by children in pools. Like, they just shoot me with, like, water guns and, like, they want to beat me up.
You make a noise like you're, ah! Huh! Huh! Yeah, you make the noises that when you get hit on Mortal Kombat come out.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. But it was fun. It was fun, and then we did fireworks, and that was a great time.
And Carl Urban is now Johnny Cage in Mortal Kombat 2.
This is true. Somewhere in my yard is an unexploded shell. I don't know where in my yard, because someone yeeted it.
With the amount of rain that we've gotten in the past couple of days, I don't think it's going to be an issue.
I understand that, but I also know my luck that like next year at 4th of July we'll be setting them off,
yeah,
and then all of a sudden something explodes in my grass.
I saw a story of a kid that decided to hold a mortar while he shot it off, and you can understand what happened next.
Some ways to die.
Well, he didn't die, but he's gonna have to learn how to use his left hand for most things.
He now looks like a celebrity. It just so happens to be the guy from Happy Gilmore.
I was going to say he looks like the drummer from Led Zeppelin.
He looks like Lannister.
Def Leppard.
But hey,
uncultured swine.
I don't give a shit.
But before that, I actually
said he looked like the lead singer of Metallica for a second.
James Hetfield.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
Ew.
These are all the sound effects that were on a Twisted Metal video game when you got to make your own car for the first time.
Man, I want to play Twisted
That
Metal
I'm
now.
sorry,
Fuck.
that was a bit of a deep pull, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was kind of
Yeah, I'm already like, I watched the Mortal Kombat 2 trailer, and like I wasn't like super blown away by the Mortal Kombat 2021 movie, but it was fun.
I enjoyed it.
It's like it's fun.
I'm not gonna lie. I completely forgot it existed.
They could have made that movie without Cole.
Yeah, that's if you notice in the trailer.
However, Cole seems to be a background character, not the focal point. However, Cole didn't need to be in that first movie. However, him being in it, I am satisfied.
Yeah, he served his purpose.
No clue what
Being
y'all are talking about.
Being a Mortal Kombat lore nerd, I'm not happy with it, but it's not Bo Raicho.
Yeah.
So I'm.
Can we say that the advertisement at least showed Baraka, and Baraka looked like Baraka,
Yes.
and not
I
like.
think it's practical.
Yeah, I think it's part like at least in the trailer, it looks like early special effects. It looks like a practical effect.
There's probably a little CG on the top,
A little bit, but looking at how Scorpion was done in the first movie, I think and Sub-Zero, honestly, Bihan. It wouldn't surprise me if it's completely practical. Plus, kudos for the Mortal Kombat 1 noob Cybot. Bihan.
Oh, I did see that. Yeah,
where he pulls Bihan out of the shadow noob Cybot. Call back to the noob Cybot Smoke duo. And the newer form of
so before we get back to Chris's actual point, I made a Mortal Kombat joke and then also watched part of the trailer, and my son watched it. He goes, "Can I see this?" No. He's, "What do you mean?" All right, Vincent, Daddy's not gonna lie. I played this game when I was younger than you. When the very first one came out, I remember being about 9.
Yeah, I mean, I was playing it on the Genesis.
Mortal Kombat, there was a pinball machine and a Mortal Kombat machine in the back of a gas station in Union Parish where my grandparents had a fishing camp. Mm-hmm. And my grandfather would go there and just talk crap with the other old dude, then buy some potato logs and some chicken tenders, and we'd go back to the camp and have lunch. Mm-hmm. He would give me 50 cents. This was still a 25-cent Mortal Kombat old school arcade machine. And I had to learn to be real good at Mortal Kombat 1 to make 50 cents last a minute.
So you had to be as good as possible. Get your character to climb up that ladder.
Exactly. You know what? I wish I had the skills of 9-year-old me at Mortal Kombat today, because I guarantee you, if I start playing Mortal Kombat 1, I'm losing round 1.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Like, what I've noticed, like, a lot of people have switched to the, what is it called?
Fight sticks?
Fight sticks, yeah. Because
either the fight sticks, or I still have problem. I initially had problems figuring how the hell these things work, but then I realized, oh wait, I play mouse and keyboard, so I do actually understand it. It's all buttons. It's the I can't remember. It's like the fireboxes. I think I can't remember exactly what they're called.
I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
but it's the 6 button. You have the standard 6 button layout on the right, and the left it is finger style button. You have 5 buttons in the as far as the fingers, or actually 7 buttons where the fingers go, so you can. And it's WASD. It's WASD, Control, Alt, and Spacebar, all in one area that you use. So you're playing a fighting game with nothing but buttons.
We're nerds, by the way. We are 100% nerds.
Yeah. But yeah, I wonder, like, a lot of people have switched to those things because they seem more natural, especially for old school fighting games.
Correct.
Now let me ask you: is Cole the gunslinger?
No. Cole's whole thing. He goes through the entire movie. Actually, him and Kano go through the entire movie, and in that universe, your powers awaken over at a certain point once you've trained enough effectively. And Cole's ability is he's a cage fighter, and he ends up being able to manifest body armor.
And I think he has like the
And tonfas.
yeah.
Okay, because I have. I'll be honest. Like
He's
my
also
knowledge of Mortal Kombat goes up to.
He is not game canon.
Yeah, he's like completely made for the creed. He is
100% a point of view character.
What I'm saying is that my knowledge of any lore with Mortal Kombat goes through the Xbox game where Johnny Cage had all the stupid ass tattoos, and then I stopped playing.
Yeah,
and then I watched some lore videos on YouTube.
Yeah,
and I will say this. I really do love old Johnny Cage shitting on young tattooed Johnny Cage.
Yes.
Yeah, that
also,
what is that, MK11, I think?
Yeah. Something like that. But also, God, what was the other thing I was going to say I love about it is that they brought in 90s Mortal Kombat Shang Tsung is one of the forms that Shang Tsung takes.
I think MK11, they got him. I think they got a couple of other people from the original movie.
Yeah, and I will. As far as you should watch the new Mortal Kombat. Actually, depending on how the kid handles violence,
it's not great. Okay. We're still in a cartoony violence stage. The big thing with. And this might sound assholey, I don't know. Parenting a child with autism. Mm-hmm. And I mentioned this to you before we streamed. I'd rather have to explain a movie where someone had sex.
No, you'd rather explain a sexual situation
than a gratuitously violent. Like, okay, a scene where violence has to occur because it is the right thing and it makes sense. Mm-hmm. Yes. Do I want to show him John Wick?
Yeah. I mean, no. I mean, like
well, to be fair, though, he had a legitimate reason for violence in that movie.
He did.
Yeah. And,
I will say this though, as far as the the 2021 Mortal Kombat movie goes, Kano steals the fucking show,
and he's back.
He is back.
It's because it's fucking Kano, though.
Dude. This dude is amazingly funny.
Like he's legit. Just he embodies the character.
Makes me sad that the Kano from the '90s died of like a terrible reason.
He did. However, he was a serious, competent assassin arms dealer. This Kano is like backwoods Australian jackass. He is redneck Australian.
So Australian.
Yes. He is, and he has some of the best one-liners in the entire movie. It's great.
I think they probably did that because Americans secretly love the Australian and New Zealand accents.
They do.
Like we'll never admit it.
No, like, but here's a personal thing. If there's like someone that like. If I'm going through YouTube Shorts and I see someone with yes, I use YouTube Shorts. I'm fucking millennial. I don't use TikTok.
Fuck you. I run that for us.
But if I see someone with like an Australian accent, I will sit there and listen to what they're saying. There's like a cook from Australia, gray hair, always cooks
There's
something.
A couple D&D YouTube channels and TikToks I follow. Mostly because it's like, right, you're gonna do this. You're gonna take this plug. It's gonna be like a USB, but not really a USB. Fuck. But you plug them like this, and the next thing you know, look, lava. Because they're using like 6x6 LED panels to put underneath their terrain to make light up stuff. I'm like,
that's cool.
I will say this: I do love how I get people complain about how much I curse. Like I've gotten feedback on our podcast, and I've been told by my family. Well, not the family lives in my house, but that my language is quite atrocious, and I'm like, I don't even swear on an Australian level.
In the words of Cell from Dragon Ball Z Abridged, for people who are fans of Backwoods Obscura and don't know of me from Team Bonus Action, I'm not apologizing.
Oh, I'm not. I don't. It's just my first thought is I don't even curse on an Australian level, let alone the ancestry that I have from Scotland. Because the Scottish have taken cursing
It's an art form.
It's an art.
They turned cabbage into a swear word.
That's pretty great. But you don't want to know something else that's great?
Mortal Kombat 11.
Mortal Kombat 11. Actually, Mortal Kombat 11 is a legit fucking fun game. I haven't played the MK1, the new one, but I want to. We need to segue into what we're talking about, though.
If you want to know the segue,
what?
In the bottom of the hotel you're talking about.
Oh, it's not the bottom of the hotel.
The bottom level where there's a bookstore and a record store and all that. There was an arcade when I went, and it had Mortal Kombat 2.
Oh, you see, you did it. You did it.
There we go. I brought it back for you.
Thank you. But ironically, we're gonna not go to the Arlington. We're talking about the Arlington. I've been to the Arlington now, and I've actually stayed there for a couple of nights. Ironically, the last time we talked about the Arlington, it was with Jet. So it was a guest episode. So
we'll get Claire to come in. We'll talk about the Arlington. We'll get Moose to come in. He'll tell us ghosts aren't real and we're dumbasses, and we'll talk about the Arlington.
I know him and I had an interesting experience for their engagement party. Them and my wife and I went to did a ghost hunt at Acadian Village.
Oh, I want to go to that.
Oh no, talking to Moose about that before you signed on the other night, he's like, "Yeah, it was fucking bullshit. It wasn't real." This is what he kept telling me, and I'm like,
yeah, everything except the dowsing rod experience, because he and I both had the exact same experience standing next to each other of dowsing rods spinning uncontrollably and then stopping slowly and then reversing direction.
See, that bit I would give credence. Like, the one time, I don't trust myself to hold the dowsing rods whenever, when we did the McRaven house.
Yeah.
I didn't want to hold the dowsing rods because I didn't trust me holding them. However, we've already mentioned, I got the real fun experience at McRaven house of when I had the sensory deprivation headphones and spirit box. I was like, move, damn it, move. Saw, blood, move. And what's funny is Chris is I have my eyes closed and I'm doing that, and Chris is watching the rest of the people in our group just slowly booty scoot over towards the host on the other side, and then all of a sudden I do this and butt walk.
He stood straight up.
I didn't stand straight up.
No, I'm saying what you did in the chair because we are an audio podcast.
I didn't stand straight up. It's just I went from hunched over, sitting on the floor, crisscross applesauce to, and butt walked over to Chris and take the headphones off. Who wants these? Because it felt like something just about lower back, ice cold, hit me, and it ran from up to down, and I'm like, and the room we were in was one of the rooms used for a military hospital during the Civil War. And then it's like, what do you say? Well, I kept saying door and move, and then behind our, and this was probably somebody moving or closing a door elsewhere in the house, was the door behind the tour guide. Rattled 3 or 4 times, 9-foot door just.
Well, I mean, there was no one else in the house aside.
No, they were.
Right, yeah, because
they were in the other.
But
I don't know if opening the door in the dining room would have created enough suction to move a 9-foot solid core oak door.
But yeah, I had a lot of fun. I like hot springs. You go there, you chill out, you have a beer at Superior Bathhouse. You go to the Quopa.
Did you go to the Quopa again?
We went to the Quopa, and I chilled out in that. Ruby's eczema, she said that it helped her eczema.
I mean, it's mineral water. So.
Yeah. And we had fun there.
At least you didn't go to the Fordyce where they make you. Oh no, the Fordyce is the tour center. It's the one on the other side of the Fordyce where it's you're gonna actually be naked while we walk.
Yeah, you're gonna be naked in front of all these other naked people,
and you have an attendant who's probably gonna be a 60-year-old black man.
And so we did that. We went to the pizza place. We didn't go to Squeeze Spots. We went to the other one. We went to Fat Bottom Girls.
Let's be honest. Pizza wise, they're probably about on par. Squeezebox and Grateful Head.
Yeah.
Beer wise, Grateful Head is way better because apparently I went and looked at reviews. They have not been cleaning their lines, so there's a lot of infection. There's a whole lot of bubblegum flavor to a lot of the beers.
That's no good. That's sad.
It makes me sad because I got like when I went there, I got like legitimately good beer.
You would think like a brew pub would be purging.
It's a franchise, though.
Yeah, true. So yeah, we did that. I did something that I've never done before, which is ride a roller coaster.
Learned a fun fact about your roller coaster.
What's that?
It used to be at Dollywood.
Really?
That track for Big Bad John used to be the original roller coaster at Dollywood. White Lightning or White Thunder, something, whatever was like the moonshine themed roller coaster. All the track that is used for Big Bad John is from that roller coaster, but it is not all the track from that roller coaster. Some of it got smelted down, but that Magic Springs has part of Dollywood in it.
That's
unfortunately
cool.
The Arkansas Twister is gone because they couldn't maintain it, and that pisses me off because that was a hell of a
I did
ride.
see the Arkansas Twister.
They haven't torn it down, and that pisses me off.
I mean, but the biggest thing, it's an old wooden roller coaster, so it takes a lot to maintain.
And it's on the far side of the park, like literally where it is used to be parking lot there.
Mm-hmm.
So like here's like amusement park, water park, amusement park, all mixed together. And you gotta go like all the way past like the amphitheater and where they do their dumb shows. And then there is a wooden roller coaster that has had, it got done dirty because it always had low foot traffic because it was like on the far edge of the park, and it was a good coaster.
There were 2 roller coasters that I did not do. I did not want to do because I'm a wuss. Which was the roller coaster. I think it's called like X something.
Is that the one that like it's not actually that long of a track, but you do some inversions and barrel rolls?
Yeah. You essentially go down, and then it catches you at the other side, and you stay there for a minute, and it kind of brings you up, and then you go backwards.
Yeah,
and
that's not that bad.
Yeah, and then there's the one where you're like hanging. It's like a hanging roller coaster.
Suspending coaster.
Yeah.
So you are not describing anything I would not be like, fuck yeah, let me on this.
The only way you could get me to do it is if someone made me do it. If you were there, you would be the bad influence to.
My issue with roller coasters, there's only a certain kind of roller coaster that I can go on. I have a relatively long torso, and I am broad.
Right.
I know the problem.
So any roller coaster that has the big over the shoulder harnesses,
can be problematic and a pain.
Like I have had the last time that I rode a roller coaster that had one of those, I spent the entire thing in immense pain as any inertia from the ride itself simply just ground my clavicles into the harness.
Oof.
See, this is my problem with roller coasters, and I've mentioned this in previous episodes. This brings out my masochistic tendencies, and I will yell at a roller coaster to throw me harder. When I rerode the Texas Giant, like I felt so bad because it was like I waited in line 20 minutes for this, and my son was not gonna ride it because like we rode Judge Roy Scream, and he was like, "Oh, done." Like to be fair, we rode it in the front seat, Knox, with nobody else in the train with us, so we were catching some speed. And when my ass came, like my nearly 300-pound ass comes out the seat, my 60-pound son, I had him, and he's on to here, and like I'm not holding on to any safety device whatsoever.
Yeah.
I'm holding on to the challenge. Like, it's not. Are we done? No, it's not done. It needs to be done, dude. We can't stop this. We totally can. I'm like, you are fine. You do not know me. I am not. You are not me. I am not fine. Like the whole time, like having like the clearest conversation with my son ever on a roller coaster about how he's not okay with this when it comes to it. And you want to do it again? No. He's like, are you sure? Let me think. No. I want a little like any little roller coaster he's fine with. Yeah. So I sat through that whole line, and the poor kid who sat next to me, my friends are in the front, and it's like there's 3 of us, and like this is only, like I rode the Titan. I'm still like, you took a 200-foot drop as your first roller coaster? He's like, yeah, good on you. He goes, well, how long have you been riding roller coasters? Like, dude, it's been 20 years since I rode this roller coaster. He goes, oh, Like, dude, I've been riding roller coasters since I was like 12. Like, I love these things. I apologize in advance. He goes, why? I'm going to yell at this roller coaster. So the Texas Giant does have it has a lap bar and it has a seat belt. The seat belt, like the lap bar came down. Fuck yeah! Every seat belt's like, hey, you're fat, motherfucker, and I'm like, fuck you. I know this, but I'm doing this stuff. I'm gonna find a way to buckle this, or I will hold on for dear fucking life.
Yeah.
But no, like that poor kid dealt with me cursing and yelling for the first little bit of the roller coaster, because the first drop, my ass wasn't on the seat until we hit the third hill, and then I start cackling. And I mentioned this, the two kids in front of me had been like making a TikTok like, this ride ain't shit, this ride ain't shit, and then filmed themselves a little bit riding like, oh my god, and in the background there's just me.
Just laughing.
Like the Pedro Pascal smiling at Nicolas Cage thing. But the second we hit the second drop, I start laughing until we come in, and one of those kids, this dude over here laughing like he riding to hell. I'm like, yeah. So this is my problem with roller coasters. Like, I will ride every single one of them at least once. Like, we didn't ride Shockwave with my kid because he's not going to do loops.
Yeah.
I would ride that once and be like, all right, nostalgia button hit. Walking away from a 50-year-old roller coaster. If Moose and I were in a park together, you would lose. Like,
oh god, yes.
You would lose me and Moose.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then eventually
know exactly where to find you.
And then eventually find both of us trying to eat something because we're dehydrated, about to pass out from riding one roller coaster 3 times in a fucking row.
Yeah.
And just going, you dead yet? No.
Let's go.
You want to see if we do another one if it does it? Fuck yes.
Yeah.
Like, if you let us loose in Cedar Point, we would never leave.
Yeah.
We'd find a way to hide out in the park.
Yeah.
Okay,
sorry, Chris, I hijacked that with roller coasters.
I know. I knew it was coming when I talked about
I'm sorry,
roller
I
coasters.
love roller coasters.
But when I did Big Bad John, there was a moment on the roller coaster because they do have like the seatbelt and the thing.
And the lap bar.
And I'm tall, so I'm kind of like squeezed in. And Ruby was like, "Are you okay?" It's like, "I'll be fine," you know.
2 seconds there. No.
No, the thing that fucked with me is like you're going up the initial ramp up,
the initial lift hill,
and to the side there's no fucking bars, and then there's like this opening. Like it feels like I could just walk off into.
Oh, you could. If you could pop that bitch, you could decide that this is the day. I'm answering the Void's call.
Yeah. So going down that, it was pretty fun. It was a lot more swingy than I imagined. But honestly, there was only one part that was like really like crazy, like in terms of like dips, which is the very end. They do like the big dip at the end.
It didn't end with bunny hills.
It didn't end. It did the bunny hills, and then it goes into a deep, like just a straight drop, and then it.
I'm seeing absolutely no problem with this.
When we ended up going to Orlando for cheerleading competition, and we did Universal. I only did I did the 3 or 4 CG coasters. So we did Spider-Man, Transformers, Harry Potter, and Harry Potter Escape from Gringotts, and King Kong. Transformers, Spider-Man, and King Kong were more of like you're in a tram, you're moving around, you do some spinning, you do some moving around, but it's basically you're being shunted and moved and tilted around in a car in a warehouse with big screens on the walls,
right?
And you're watching an interactive movie essentially. Hogwarts Escape from Gringotts
Way more intense.
Is a dark coaster.
Is it kind of like the?
There's animatronics. There's.
Well, it's all CG.
Oh, no, I thought there was some of the goblin. No, I'm thinking of the queue.
In the queue.
I'm thinking of the queue.
They have that.
All I'm thinking is like Willy Wonka, where they're going through the tunnel. Is when you say dark coaster.
It is a.
We need. You know what? We need that.
Yeah.
We need a Willy Wonka dark coaster boat ride.
It's essentially the same thing. It's a big dark warehouse. They have all the screens that have the stuff and like that. But there's actually a
roller coaster
track that you run down. Plus, it's the same type of cart that can tilt and twist and move. And
it's the Indiana Jones buggy.
And there was I was not expecting because you end up going up and thinking about it afterwards, you end up going upstairs three flights of stairs in the queue, and then they put you in an elevator and bring you up one more. So there is a 3-story drop in that ride.
Oh my god! Oh,
and
that sounds so good.
It is in a dark section, and the part of it is Bellatrix Lestrange and Voldemort have found you. You're in one of the goblin carts in Gringotts, and they destroy the fucking track, and you plummet. And it is fantastic.
Now, see, here's the thing: is I haven't seen any footage of the new park they built with the Harry Potter. They've shown the queue, but they have not let
Well, Harry Potter is not in a new park.
No. What I'm saying is the other new part where it's dealing with Umbridge, and you're going through the Ministry of Magic, and they send you through the flume tubes. They have not shown the actual vehicle for that. I kind of want to see it because it runs on the same technology as the new Dark Universe Frankenstein ride.
That's it. That's in Epic.
I know. I'm saying is that,
and if we get back, if we go back to,
you want to go.
If next year we make it, we make it to Nationals next year. It'll be Disney because the new type of cheer that we're doing
goes to Disney
since the old gym stopped their cheer program. The new gym is a different type of cheer that happens at Disney. So we're already gonna have to be in the park.
So on that note, the new Frankenstein ride, and there's also going to be a Disney ride that uses the same thing. Emily will never ride it with me. You're in a seat of 8, so 4 and 4. And you're on an arm that then bends with 3 joints that goes to the track itself on the bottom. So the roller coaster can do this.
So it's got gyroscopic.
Oh god, yes, and it looks like Emily looked at the because they haven't shown the actual ride. They've shown the mechanism. They've shown the mechanism, but they also show the animatronic for Dracula, who straight up fucking Castlevania is in front of a portal at some point during this goddamn thing. Because the animatronic is also on a similar arm, and it is a 9-foot tall Dracula animatronic. Cape is CG and practical.
So anyway, my favorite thing was when I went in the donut.
I'm sorry. I'm just saying it's the arm mechanism is something that I want to be put on the end of this trebuchet that does not actually fire me.
Yeah.
So we already know that you want to be as close to death as possible on a roller coaster, but yeah, no, I had fun. I actually my favorite thing was the waters.
Did you do the lazy river?
I didn't do the lazy river. It was way too fucking packed. I was like, I don't want to get in here with all these kids pissing and shit.
The water is literally balls temperature.
So anyway, yeah, we were supposed to be
talking. Really bad segue. What were you talking about, Chris?
I think we were talking about. This is ostensibly a ghost podcast. So
we just spent 30 minutes talking about roller coasters.
It's not a roller coaster.
It's not a roller. I mean, at one point it was a Dragon Age podcast.
That's your fault, not mine. I'm innocent of that sin.
I had just played Veilguard, so I was talking about it.
I have played one Dragon Age for about 45 minutes and realized that I still can't stand Gambit systems. So
that's fair. That's fair. But anyway, I stayed at the Arlington. We talked about the Arlington.
Yep. Previous episode where we talked about the Arlington Hotel. We got a lot of the history. It had been there for over 100 years in one form or another. Burnt down more than once.
A lot of these places do.
As you do.
Yeah, it's a lot of whoops. We put a lot of flammable things in here.
Whoops. Karma.
Whoops. We have gas lights installed and the building's made of wood.
Oh no. All this stuff is flammable. I thought the asbestos would help. Oh no.
Don't make that joke. They're trying to bring that shit back now.
Oh god.
Who wants mesothelioma?
Let's get off of that horse before we ride into the sunset on it.
But we went there. First things first. My first impression. Okay, so I have been in the building prior to like actually staying there. Like the lobby, you can walk in and go to the bar and listen to music.
And the sub basement.
Yeah,
I shouldn't say sub basement. The half basement that has a shopping center.
Yeah, it has a little bit of shopping center. You can go there. They got ice cream while they were there.
They went to the ice cream. They didn't go to Kilwin's. They went to the ice cream in the bottom of the hotel.
Yeah, they went there.
It's a decent place.
Yeah, and, I mean, they had a whole bunch of pretty cool shit.
Did y'all look in the bookstore that is like...
I didn't.
Oh, man. It's all like old wood. Like, it looks like the bookstore
Although,
that has one magical tome hidden in it.
What was really funny, like, okay, across the street, there's a CBD place that has, I guess, since the last time we were there, has decided to put up a whole bunch of Trump stuff. It's just like...
That's because all those tourist trap places are owned by the same group.
No, what's weird... Okay, let me explain this. So...
The issue with that is that it sells.
Yeah.
Which is the reason why a lot of those places have it.
And it's all owned by the people that own the faux Madame Tussauds.
So they had everything, the Gulf of America map. They had, like, all the, the assassination picture, all that. They even had, like, a Zoltar version of Trump. Or Trump version of Zoltar.
You know what? I would have actually put money in that just so I could say you're full of shit.
The thing is that they got the worst person to play Trump. It didn't sound like Trump. But I was like, okay. But,
I am Zol Trump.
I am Zol Trump. I will tell you
Very
fortune.
nice.
Very nice.
My wife.
Best fortunes. Great
but
fortunes.
if he went like left and right, I feel like this person was compensating for the fact that you go left and right. There were like pride flags and like other things.
They're like, I'm going to be the one little staunch conservative.
Why do we have this stuff? Because people give us money for it.
That's true. That's another thing.
And then the store next door is like, we're all pride white because people give us money for it.
Yeah. But I just thought it was funny because every time I walked past it, I saw like another little Trump memorabilia. I was like, someone actually made that. Okay. But anyway, we're talking about the Arlington. So outside of getting into the lobby, it is like old, like the elevators are like old school. They have like the old clocks. It's not really a clock, but it's like how they tell
the floor. I mean, it's the elevators from like the 50s or 60s. Did you ride the original elevator? That's okay. The one that has the pull the metal gate.
No,
shut?
I didn't do that one. Those were not accessible.
No. You can ride those up to a certain level.
They would only let like certain people on that, as far as I know. Like we were never able to get on those.
Is it? I'm going to stop because I'm going to say that they're being racist.
Yeah, they're being racist against me for being white.
Or I was going to say against Ruby.
Oh. Yeah,
let's be fair.
I felt discriminated against because I was tall, because there's a lot of points. Although I will say, high ceilings, great. I love that. But there were some things, like especially the elevator, felt very claustrophobic.
Yeah. They only have 2 for a building that has over 10 floors.
Yeah. Here's the thing, though. You walk in there, like you walk through the hallway. At first, we thought the lights were out.
Oh no, it's dark as fuck.
And then you realize they have like special lights that just emanate a certain amount of light. It's just like a little beacon right there. It looks like it should be brighter than it should, but it's like very low light.
Highly controlled LEDs.
Yeah. And you walk into the rooms, and we had suites near... Like, okay, if we were on the 4th floor, we would be in or around where the
Capone suite was. You were on that wing.
Yeah,
you weren't on the back wing. You were on one of the street sides.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we could smell the Capone wing because when we walked into our room, it was musty. Like
the whole hotel's that way because
Yeah.
they're still going through renovations.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so it was me, my wife, it was my roommate, and my roommate's brother, like kid brother and mom. Kid brother and mom stayed in another portion of the hotel. Their hotel was fine. It seemed like just a normal hotel. Ours seemed like a renovated old thing that they like turned into like a modern hotel room, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And it was nice. Ruby and my roommate didn't really like the room because of the smell and everything, and they didn't really like the old vibe. I was sitting there like, I was like, okay, it smells. It's old though. I like it. It's nice.
It like the room when Em and I stayed there last year. Our room was not renovated. We were on the 7th floor. Like we were 4 rooms from the pool. So our room had a new bed, new TV, but like all in all, like it still had the same setup that room had for like at least 50 years.
Yeah.
Except for you could not open the window anymore.
No, you can't open the windows. The bathrooms have been slightly renovated.
Did y'all have a standing shower stall or a tub?
We had a tub. So, like, all the bathroom area, the whole entire bathroom area looked like a landlord renovation. That seems kind of mean to say, but that's what it reminds me of.
I mean, that landlord renovation describes Hot Springs in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I had fun there. The pool was nice, obviously. There was a pool where I would go underwater standing up in, which is always nice.
It's as someone who is over 6 feet, that is a rarity nowadays.
Yeah.
The lower pool in the bifurcated pool is not deep enough to do that, but the upper pool, I believe, is.
Yeah, the upper pool. I went into the upper pool. I was like 6'1", so I'm gonna kind of peek out. It's like, no, I went in there and I had a good half a foot.
You know, like y'all's version of 6'1" is not 6'1".
It's simply for those who are shorter. Simply for people who are as tall as me and Chris and Moose. If simply finding a pool where you can wrap a pool noodle around under your armpits and not touch the ground and not touch the bottom of the pool is a rarity.
It is
for most pools. It's simply because it's a liability if somebody who can't swim all that well gets to a point where it's an 8-foot pool. It's not going to be a good time. However, being in a situation where you know for a fact that you are at minimum 24 inches from touching bottom is extremely tranquil.
Yeah. It's really nice to be able to float or be able to just like swim around and not feel like I'm having to like force myself.
Or you're dragging your toes on the bottom of the pool and they get all torn up.
Yeah.
Considering my wife is 5'4", we did not go to the deeper end pool. We stayed in the one.
She can do that in the bathtub.
Yeah. But walking around.
Love you, Em.
Walking around the place was nice. I enjoyed it. Like, I don't know, and I guess in terms of like ghostly experiences, I did try to like seek that out a little bit. Like I went to the 7th floor, I went to the 4th floor, kind of walked around a bit. I didn't want to like look like a creeper, like just like this random dude just walking around.
I'm looking for the ghostly bellhop.
I'm just sitting here. I'm looking for... Have you seen Al Capone? I'm looking for Al... I didn't want to do that to anybody.
Al Capone still leads to one of my favorite moments in Hot Springs.
What's that?
I think I've mentioned this more than once in the podcast, but if you go to the Madame Tussauds, because I'm not going to say it's Madame Tussauds. I think it's Josephine Tussauds. Like, it doesn't even use Madame. And I don't know if they still do it. I just know that they no longer have public restrooms. The closet in the women's restroom leads down to the Hot Springs River. Like, you can open it, and the whole broom closet will open, and there's stairs that go down. And when we went, Emily could stand up. The lady giving the tour could stand up. Evan, at that time, could stand up. Cole could stand up. I was hunched and squatted to where my knees were out to the side, and my shoulders are like this, and the top of my head is still touched. Like, if I was to be in that space and to stand up straight, about 3 inches of the top of my head would be above Main Street in Hot Springs. Because of just that there's like this much concrete and everything. And it was like Al Capone came running through this area and would go down the road to where the underground bowling alley was, and they would wait until the cops came by and then come back and go back to gambling and drinking after the cops left. And the lady looked at me and goes, "Sir, what are you thinking?" Al Capone was short as shit running through here. And I went, oh, I said that out loud. Because like I'm between 5'10" and 6 foot, I believe. It kind of depends on the gas station I leave from. One gas station said I was 6'2", and I know that was a whole ass lie. Yeah. But it's one of those of like, if he was running through this space.
But I tried as I might, didn't really have any, at least waking experiences. I had a night where there was like disturbances, like I heard things, but it's hard to really say if I was actually experiencing anything paranormal because I was in and out of sleep. So I would hear banging, I would hear voices, things like that, and it was
also 40% of the reason that y'all went there.
Yeah, and I was sitting there like, it might be a ghost, but it might just be people walking up and down and things like that. And, I mean, it seemed kind of weird because when I looked at my phone, it was like 3 or 4 in the morning. It was like our side wasn't really populated. We were kind of like in our own thing.
That's because the wing, if you stayed on the wing that would have gone over the Capone suite, that is the wing that is currently being renovated the most.
Yeah.
They've been putting people in the back wing more.
Yeah, so the original place we were going to be on was actually the 7th floor. And like a portion of that was being renovated. It just had all like it had like the tape and everything, and you couldn't go through it. And we were eventually moved up a floor because they didn't like the smell in that room, so we were moved up. And there was still a smell. It wasn't as bad though. God, the beds were comfy though. I will say that. Nice comfy beds. But I looked around, didn't really have many experiences, but Ruby and my roommate did have like an experience. They didn't know. Okay, just saying this now. They didn't know anything about like the history of this. Like Ruby found out a little bit of it when we were sitting out on like the porch area. Like, I mean, when you go there, there's like the wrapping porch.
They have the very large veranda in the front.
Yeah, and I was sitting there drinking a beer. My roommate's mom was sitting there drinking, and we were just talking about it. And I was like, "Yeah, it's supposed to be haunted. It's supposed to have this and that." And she started looking up. It's like, "Oh yeah, this is like a place like The Shining." It's like, yeah, it's kind of like The Shining. But that was the extent that they learned. And sometime between now and me like having a beer and me going to go swim, my roommate and Ruby had like this like paranormal experience, and they had it in the most like them way possible. So they're sitting there, they're going between like getting ice and like our room, and they notice that the stairway is right across from our room. So we're staying right across from the stairway. And they're like, "Okay, you know what? Let's go see what's down there." You know, being curious, wanting to like sneak around. And they're going up and down and like looking around, and then they suddenly start hearing crying in the stairwell. And of course, like my instinct would be like, is someone okay?
Did someone fall down?
Yeah. But their instinct was like, oh fuck no. And they
decided not to white bitch this.
Yeah, they're just like, no, we're not gonna do anything in here.
I played Left 4 Dead. You don't trust no fucking crying.
And then they left, and that was the end of it. But exploring the Arlington Hotel, I will say, I enjoyed the experience.
It's got a cool vibe, but and I think I argued this when I talked about the Arlington the first time last year. It has a cool vibe. It's enjoyable, but the problem is that it plays off of like older people's expectations and desires. Like it throws that vibe out. Like going there is like we had a standing shower that had not been renovated, and it gave me every vibe of, if I came here as a kid in the 90s, this shower stall would have been the exact same. Like it everything about the hotel gave me that it was this is fancy for then.
Yeah.
And you need to still acknowledge that it's fancy now. And I'm like, there's plaster falling off the wall here.
That's kind of similar to the hotel we were staying at in Fort Worth, Alabama. Double Springs, Alabama, which is about 2 hours north of Birmingham.
Mm-hmm.
I say that. It's Double Springs is an hour away from everything. It's the but the hotel we were staying at, which is a kind of a lake hotel, or a lake motel. You would swear that they filmed an episode of Supernatural there.
It has not updated since.
No, like it had a flat screen TV and DirecTV, and they remodeled the bathroom. That's about it.
Sounds like when we went to Louisville, Mississippi with Canon, and we stayed at the hotel in town, and like Goof Troop could be rented on VHS from the front office.
Yeah, the beds were old spring beds.
Yeah, they had old spring beds at this place, but I don't know. Like, they were actually pretty comfortable.
Like, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like this is the type of place that plays off of, this was high class when you were a kid boomer.
Definitely. No, like, it does have like that old school high class feel, and it kind
all of Hot Springs kind of has that vibe.
Yeah. It kind of runs off of that in the sense that it's like, you're coming here because it's old school and you want to experience something from like 1930s, the Art Deco days, where, you know, you had like these fancy things. I mean, it's really not like that because back in those days, if you worked at the Arlington, you would have a strict dress code and you would have all these other things. People there, you know, they dressed in like, they had like the Arlington suits, but they were like very casual. And everything seemed a lot more like laid back as opposed to what I would expect from like a hotel in the
modern 20s. Trying to be old fancy.
Yeah.
And not doing it well.
Yeah.
Like, I'm never going to tell someone don't stay at the Arlington if that's what you want to do. Because a lot of the old hotels, there used to be four hotels along once you get past Bathhouse Row. And the Arlington right now is the only one that is open. Like, one of them's been torn down. And
one of them burned.
Yeah, it looks very much like the Arlington is very much like almost reminiscent of the Alamo. It's kind of like a Hispanic Gothic, or not Gothic, but Hispanic revival of a hacienda style kind of thing. But like the other three hotels that were past it all had like that 1950s mid-century modern vibe.
Yeah.
And they've all just they've gone to pot because before you get into town, there's like the Microtel's really nice. There's a lot of really nice modern hotels that know they don't offer you a chance for a massage or a hot spring bath, but you can go to the coil pile and get that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you can literally go park at one of the free parking garages and
the thing is, it goes further than that because they have whole spa area in Arlington. But I looked at both the Arlington and the Quapaw. Quapaw's cheaper.
Yeah.
You're paying like 150, 160 for like, you know, the massage and like, you know, the whole
spa treatment.
Yeah, you're paying like 75 to 100 at the Quapaw, depending on what you're getting. Like, you might get 120, 130 if you go to, like, the private areas where you can actually be naked and, you know, whatever.
You pay $300 to get rubbed down while you naked.
Yeah.
That's also indicative of the times and the area.
Yeah.
I ended up having about a year ago. I ended up having to go do some work in Little Rock, and Little Rock is dying.
Oh yeah,
it very much is.
It is a shell of what it used to be, and there's a lot of cities in that Arkansas area that are. They've like the populace has moved on to other cities.
Well, the big problem is a lot of people have left Arkansas as well.
Correct.
And it's the same thing here in Louisiana. Like, a lot of people just don't want to live here. And I can't really.
Well, here's the thing: a lot of people are coming down to us.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because honestly, the Lafayette area is one of the most modern areas in South Louisiana.
It's like one of the only places that's growing in Louisiana, isn't it?
Correct.
Yeah. It's like every other city is shrinking while Lafayette's
Louisiana or Monroe's lost about 2,000. Shreveport's lost closer to 4.
When it comes to cities like Baton Rouge, that's not a bad thing.
Yeah,
that's not a bad thing at all. It's been documented for decades that Baton Rouge is the city of 2 million with an infrastructure for 500,000. It is overpopulated, underfunded, and underworked logistically. But when it comes to Louisiana, a lot of people are moving from up here down to us.
Lafayette's a nice city, though.
Yeah.
Like Lafayette and Scott and just the surrounding area.
I'll be honest, I didn't realize how small the Lafayette downtown area actually
is. It's one street.
Yeah.
But it's so, like, it just works.
It does. I'm just like, I thought it would have been so much bigger because I'd never gone down the whole street. Yeah. I've come at it from, like, different angles 3 times.
It is, like, the Jefferson Street itself is relatively large. It's a relatively long road. However, the downtown area is literally 8 blocks. Where the quote unquote actual real downtown is, and that's that core of the city is around there around where the courthouse is. But I mean, you expand out from there into cities like Youngsville and Broussard, and even down to Dusson and Rain and Crowley, and coming up soon here, Scott, where I'm at.
We'll bleep it out. Don't worry.
I don't care.
We've already said so many other cities.
Yeah, I don't care. Find me. How dare you?
That is kind of our thing. Like, we first started this podcast, we were like, we're not going to say anything. But eventually, we're like, do you really want to come down to Monroe?
We have tried. We trilateraled ourselves.
I'm in the middle of nowhere where I'm at, so I don't care. Like, if you come to my house, I'm gonna know.
Yeah,
you're just gonna step out my tiny whities.
I'm going to watch you come. Not that way. Not that way, you son of a bitch. Unless you want to, then it's $50. But that's a whole nother conversation.
Cash only.
Yeah.
No cash app. We don't want physical transfer of money. If they're,
Physical transfer of money can't be tracked.
Yeah, paper. Anyway.
Oh, true. I see what y'all are doing.
I don't want a money trail. I don't got to report that.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're gonna have to put it.
Cash is untaxable. So what's really fascinating when you start looking at things like that is not the telling part. Where I'm at, Scott, for decades, the mayor was a woman named Hazel Myers. Miss Hazel was a sweetheart who didn't want Scott to get any bigger. So it didn't. Once she decided that she was going to stop running, there's a man named Purvis Morrison Jr. who ran and became mayor of Scott. Once Purvis got into office, all bets were off. We're good. And he started all of the movements and all of the projects to increase our infrastructure, to increase and fortify our infrastructure, drainage, water, trying to get more companies to come in and do internet, expanding areas and building like industrial parks and things of that nature to start building that area up. It was under his reign that we ended up getting Super One, Super One Brookshire's.
That's wild because it's like
it was originally supposed to be Walmart, but that's the kind of man that Purvis is. Walmart, when Walmart comes into an area, Walmart doesn't develop. Walmart builds. So if you want Chris Land to have a Walmart, these 14 acres of woods right here, you're going to clear them, you're going to level it, you're going to develop it, and you're going to put our pad. You're going to build our road, and you're going to clear the area for our fucking parking lot. Once that's done, then we'll come and build.
Okay, yeah.
And during that meeting, they told that to Purvis, and he literally stood up and walked out of the room without responding. I got a whole lot of respect for that man. But because of that, and because of the growth of the city since under our new mayor Jan, Walmart's. Can we come now?
Yeah, they're trying to get in.
Walmart's trying. They want to build a marketplace. One of the
neighborhood markets.
One of the neighborhood markets that just has the grocery store. And he's developed he's cut a line through decades of red tape to get a road named Apollo Road, which goes from the roundabout at I-10 all the way through to Johnson Street, which is across Lafayette. They built that road. There was it went from one area across in front of one of the high schools and went all the way to Johnson Street. They built the road through Scott to get to there. That has saved. It saves almost 30 minutes to get across that. That kind of infrastructure is what's causing a lot of these people, and with that comes residential areas, apartment complexes, higher end, quote unquote, neighborhoods, which end up being these cookie cutter manufacturing.
Yeah, these little like HOA style neighborhoods.
Correct, but it's bringing more people in.
Yeah, one thing that me and Ruby have always been impressed with, in Lafayette and both in Scott, you don't see it as much here anymore, is like mixed zoning.
Mm-hmm.
West Monroe allows it a little bit more because they have no zoning laws.
Yeah.
Monroe has very
strict
zoning laws. Not trying to kill the conversation. We were talking about the Arlington.
Yeah, we were talking about the Arlington. I don't really have too much to say aside from the fact that, like, it was a fun experience. I don't know if it's haunted. I would like to go back just for the experience and try to actually ghost hunt. maybe get a bunch of assholes to go into like a room and then be like, hey,
We'll rent the Ronald Reagan suite.
we'll rent the Ronald Reagan suite and then we'll sit in there and maybe sneak around the halls like a bunch of dipshits with
If we're gonna spring for a room that's that much, we need to get the Capone suite that's supposedly haunted. I don't want the ghost of Ronald Reagan or H.W. Bush if I get a fancy room.
Because then we're gonna have to give him a huge talking to,
you know,
and I will exercise it, and I will exercise Reagan on general principle.
just look at
I'll
just
Pokeball 'em.
Reagan comes here, like starts woo, and you're like, what the fuck, man?
Ghastly, I choose you. Someone goes, did you just throw the ghost of Ronald Reagan at me?
Do not besmirch the name of the best Pokemon group.
This is
With
true.
that.
But anyway, we are Backwoods Obscura. We are sometimes a ghost podcast.
I don't know
times.
what the fuck this episode was.
It's
Yeah.
like brain droppings, random.
Yeah.
You know what?
It's
Yeah, just call this
meandering.
one. Just call this one a meandering ghost walk
A meandering ghost walk vaguely about the Arlington
and civics and civil planning.
We don't have any. We don't have any sources because we didn't need them. But yeah,
I am the source because I am there.
exactly. But we're also Team Bonus Action.
Team Bonus Action is a group of friends who like to play tabletop games and video games pretty regularly. We are usually associated with a charity. We are loosely affiliated with St. Jude for the remainder of this month, and starting in August, we'll be teamed up with Extra Life for the last third of the year. So be ready for some randomness to occur. We'll be a little bit more active because that is our big fund drive that we do every year.
Doing some repo.
So probably.
We're funny. Come watch us.
We're also terrible at video games a lot. But, you know, if you can donate to St. Jude, we would greatly appreciate it because we need to do everything we can to defeat childhood cancer.
Correct. No family should have to pay for that.
Nope. No family should have to pay for a kid's medical bill, period.
Correct.
No one should have to pay for anyway. Anyway, with that in mind, have a good day or night or whatever time it is over there.
Hey, Chris.
What?
Quopa.
Oh, I want to soak
That's a funny word.
in the water.